Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Weather Central forecast. Because are on a fantastic day. Now, in today's forecast, we'll be going over my official 2021 summer outlook. Now, I did mean to make this right before June 1st, so May 31st, but I didn't quite get to it on time. So I really do apologize for that. So we are doing this, 5 days late, which isn't too bad, but I do very most apologize for this being a little bit later than I anticipated. Before we do start off with this forecast, I would like to start off with a disclaimer that these forecasts are my opinion. They are based off of model guidance and past occurrences of weather. For the most accurate and up-to-date weather, please consult your local National Weather Service office, as I will have more accurate and up-to-date information than I will on these major United States weather events. Let's go ahead and go over to my official summer outlook for 2021. So here we are with my temperature outlook here. Now, we're starting off with our first layer, which is this dark blue region here, and this is where I'm expecting slightly below average for your summer temperatures. Now, because this is in the deep south, it's still going to be very, very warm. Now, we might even, towards portions of the summer, see very, very hot heat waves, but I think overall your general pattern here will be slightly below average. Now, that's anywhere from 1 to 5 degrees below average on a normal day. Maybe some days are even above. Like I said, you guys could still see heat waves. But I'm just thinking overall, you guys are going to be seeing a slightly cooler than average sort of pattern throughout the summer. Now, in our our lighter blue here is where I'm just expecting below average temperatures. Now, it's still going to be fairly warm because this is in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. It's usually very, very warm in the summertime there. I mean, we're talking 90s and 100s on a normal daily basis. So you might even just be seeing 85 to 95 degree temperatures. It's still going to be very, very warm just compared to your seasonal average. It's not going to be anything crazy. But like I said, not ruling out any heat waves to occur within this below average region. I just don't think that's going to be your overall pattern. Now going over to our above average regions. Now I have it for the West Coast and the Northeast here. Now what we're seeing in this red is our slightly above average. Now I do think that there could be cool downs at times and even just average temperatures. But I do think overall you guys are going to stay fairly warm compared to your seasonal average, and this is going to allow for more drier conditions to set off for the West, specifically the Pacific Northwest, which is going to be exciting for this time of year. Going over to our orange here, which is for portions of the Northeast, as well as for portions of the Northwest there and just the West Coast, we're seeing above average conditions. Now, I do expect maybe a couple cool downs throughout the summer, but generally it's going to be a very hot and depending on, if you guys like warm temperatures or not, a very pleasant summer and very good lake days, very good ocean days, stuff like that. I mean, I know these aren't by the ocean, but, 100 miles west, you're going to go to the beach. So it's going to be nice summer in terms of if you guys have pools, swimming, and whatnot. It's going to be better compared to your average for your season in terms of temperature. Now, we're going over to our precipitation here. Now, what we're looking at first is this So we're looking at our below average precipitation region here. Now, what this is going to allow for is some warmer temperatures to occur with this. As you know, you're not really going to be seeing too much rain to really cool out your temperatures. So it's going to be very warm and dry, in my opinion. And also the long range models, including the CFS and the CANSIPS and other models just like that, are depicting a slightly weaker precipitation band that could occur throughout the Northwest. Going into the same region, we're looking at a slightly below. Now, obviously, some of the long-range models as well are depicting this. I did not decide to put my long-range models in this just because I felt like, it wasn't really too informative for you guys because I was just showing you guys a bunch of pictures. And you guys probably just wanted to see what the actual outlook was and not having to look at the science behind it. So this is what the long-range models were depicting, plus with some of the past occurrences with the similar patterns, like the La Nina pattern that we had in this winter, how that correlated with the summer and whatnot. So we're seeing a slightly below average precipitation region for portions surrounding that below, and I do expect that to allow for those warm temperatures to develop as well. Like I said, going into our slightly above average, this is for portions of Kansas, as well as for more portions of the South here. So where I'm expecting a more active pattern to set up throughout the summer. And with that, even within this region that we'll go over next, will allow for our tropics to really spark off throughout these regions down in the south. Excuse me, sorry. So, in Kansas, you're not really seeing hurricanes, but you still could see some aftermath of tropical depressions and whatnot as they move up through the Gulf. But generally, the slightly above average will maybe allow for some extra tropic activity to occur. And we're seeing right here in my dark green is where I'm expecting above average precipitation. Now, like I said, that could enhance the tropics this summer. And we are looking at a very hyperactive summer this year for tropics. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking there. But that is what at least what I'm depicting here for my Weather Central forecast. Now, this is our overall forecast here. Now, what we're seeing here is drier than average conditions for portions of the Pacific Northwest here. Now, that's going to also correlate with warm temperatures like my forecast maps showed. So it's going to be a very nice summer for the Pacific Northwest. Now, you guys still could see some storms. You guys still could see some precipitation, but I do generally think that you guys are going to be warm and dry. Specifically, though, dry like my forecast here shows. Going into our next region here is my warm and dry region. That is for portions of two of the four corner states, Arizona and Utah, as well as for portions of Nevada and portions of California there. I'm expecting warm and dry conditions, as you guys do usually see within the summer. And some moderate droughts are possible. Now, obviously, we really won't know that until we get really close to them. And as we do see a prolonged pattern of very dry and hot temperatures, but I do expect droughts to occur even within these regions as well, in the more of the desert areas. But yeah, definitely droughts are possible within this area as well. So I don't want you guys to sort of scan under the radar because you guys aren't seeing any weather this summer. Still, with that prolonged, not seeing any weather and having very warm and dry conditions, could come that drought, which is very dangerous as well, if not even more dangerous than some of the severe weather weather that we do just generally see. Now, going into this gray here is where I'm expecting your average summer to occur. Now, whether that be average temperature, average precipitation. Now, obviously, this was part of my slightly above average temperature, but I do expect your precipitation to stay average. Now, obviously, down here, that's pretty non-existent usually, but I do expect your average to occur within this region through all areas except for temperature. I do expect you guys to have slightly above average for temperature. Now, going into this purple here is where I'm expecting some storms. Now, I was going to add a lot more to this, but I was in a very large font, so I couldn't add too much. But this coincides with this line around here. Now, what I'm expecting in this region is some storms to develop. Now, I was going to put also some severe weather events possible because I do expect some severe weather events to occur up here. I just don't think it's going to be as much as our severe weather area, which I will be going over in just a second. But some storms are possible, and even some, like I said, severe weather events are possible. However, I do expect you guys just to stay in the some storms region and, just see your average thunderstorms and maybe some, like I said, severe weather events to come in the future in the summer months, specifically July, if I had to guess, maybe late June. Now, what we're seeing here is cooler than average conditions. Now, this is for portions of the south central. It pretty much is self-explanatory. You guys are going to see cooler than average conditions. Now, some severe weather events still can make it far south, specifically into the June month. Now, July, it really does quiet down here. Obviously, as you guys know, severe weather really exists up into the north during the past June. But we still could see some severe weather events down to the south central within this cooler region. So we're going to have to monitor that over the next couple of months. Definitely don't want to rule that out. Now, everybody's probably really wanting to be in this region, depending on if you guys do like severe weather or not. This is my severe weather region. Now, this goes down all the way to around central Missouri, eastern Kansas, and for portions of Illinois, Indiana, into portions of Michigan there. Now, I'm expecting that to be possibly some sort of severe weather. Now, it's a little bit enhanced risk compared to this purple over here, but what I'm really expecting your severe weather to occur is within this area right here, which is my darker red here, and that's where I'm expecting your severe weather to really, really occur this summer. But like I said, other areas farther down south, like even for, say, northern Arkansas, down into Little Rock, all the way over to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Oklahoma City metro area, still could definitely see some severe weather events. I just think it's going to be more concentrated up to portions of the north there. Now, Our second to last region is right here. Now, this is where I'm expecting tropical activity to occur. Now, more specifically, around these regions right here is where I'm expecting it to really spark off. Specifically, actually, the Gulf. The Gulf is actually looking very promising this summer for some tropical activity. Now, anywhere in this region, I guess I should say, is going to probably at some point have a chance and or see tropical activity. So I don't want to, remove your guys' threat here by saying the Gulf is going to be really active. I do think that anywhere within this region is going to have a threat at some point, whether it's a chance or an actual storm that does decide to occur. So that is why you guys are in that region. Now, sorry, disregard the double logo there. I'm not sure why that's there. So what we're seeing in this orange here is warmer than average conditions. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. It correlates to my temperature outlook. Warmer conditions. Now, you guys could see some active patterns at times, given that you guys are right around the active pattern that I had. So definitely can't rule that out. Severe weather is possible around these regions. However, in the summer months, you're not really crazy on severe weather, but it definitely is possible. So I don't want to rule that out. So that is my summer forecast, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this summer forecast. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this forecast. I hope you guys having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next forecast.